future of transportation is taking flight, quite literally. Imagine a world where traffic jams, crowded subways, and long commutes are a thing of the past. Instead of being stuck in your car or bus, you're soaring above the streets in a sleek, autonomous flying taxi. This vision of futuristic mobility is rapidly becoming a reality. And it's not as far away as we think. By 2025, flying taxis could revolutionize how we navigate urban landscapes. In this video, we'll explore the rise of flying taxis, their potential impact on our cities, the technologies driving this change, and the challenges that still lie ahead. What are flying taxis? Flying taxis, also known as urban air mobility (UAM) vehicles, are a new form of transportation designed to take off and land vertically. They are typically small, electric, and autonomous aircraft capable of carrying passengers over short to medium distances in urban areas. Unlike traditional helicopters, flying taxis are quieter, more energy efficient, and have the ability to operate in more confined spaces, such as rooftops or dedicated landing pads. These flying vehicles are often envisioned as a replacement for ground-based taxis, buses, or even personal cars. By lifting off from the ground, they would avoid the congestion that plagues modern cities, offering a faster, more efficient means of transportation. The concept has been popularized in science fiction for years, but now, leading tech companies and aerospace manufacturers are actively working on bringing it to life. The technology behind flying taxis. The key technology that enables flying taxis to operate is vertical takeoff and landing (VTOL) systems. VTOL aircraft can take off and land vertically, much like a helicopter, without needing a traditional runway. However, flying taxis are designed to be much smaller, more energy efficient, and more adaptable than current VTOL models. Most flying taxis are expected to be fully electric, utilizing advanced battery technology to minimize environmental impact and reduce operating costs. One of the most promising technologies behind flying taxis is electric propulsion. Unlike conventional helicopters or airplanes that use fossil fuels, electric flying taxis would rely on batteries and electric motors to lift off, hover, and navigate through the skies. The development of high-energy density batteries is crucial to making flying taxis a viable option for urban air mobility, as they need to be lightweight, yet powerful enough to support the aircraft's lift and range. Another key component is autonomy. Most flying taxis are being designed to operate without human pilots, using advanced software and sensors to navigate, avoid obstacles, and communicate with air traffic control systems. Autonomous flying taxis would dramatically reduce the risk of human error, making urban air mobility safer and more efficient. Technologies like LiDAR, radar, and computer vision are being integrated to ensure precise navigation and real-time decision-making. The companies leading the way. Several major companies are vying to make flying taxis a reality by 2025. Some of the leading players in this emerging industry include well-established aerospace giants, as well as startups with bold visions for the future. Companies like Boeing, Airbus, and Rolls-Royce have already started developing prototypes of flying taxis, collaborating with various governments and regulatory bodies to test the technology and ensure its safety. Airbus, for instance, has been working on its Vahana project, which aims to create an electric VTOL aircraft that could one day be used for passenger transport. Startups such as Joby Aviation, Lilium, and Volocopter are also making significant strides in the development of flying taxis. Joby Aviation, for example, has successfully conducted test flights of its all-electric aircraft and is planning to launch commercial services in the next few years. Lilium, a German startup, has created an all-electric, vertical takeoff and landing jet that aims to revolutionize air mobility with its ability to travel long distances at high speeds. Volocopter, another major player, is designing a flying taxi that features multiple rotors for greater stability and safety. How flying taxis could transform cities. Flying taxis could have a profound impact on how cities are designed and how people move around them. One of the most significant advantages is their ability to reduce traffic congestion. By taking to the skies, flying taxis could eliminate the need for ground-based transportation on busy city streets, cutting down on travel times and easing the strain on road networks. This could be especially beneficial in crowded cities with heavy traffic and limited public transportation options. In addition to reducing congestion, flying taxis could also make cities more sustainable. Since most flying taxis are expected to be electric, they would produce fewer emissions compared to traditional vehicles, which rely on gasoline or diesel. This could help cities meet their environmental goals and reduce their carbon footprint. Moreover, flying taxis could make use of existing infrastructure, such as rooftops or purpose-built landing pads, minimizing the need for extensive new construction. Another way flying taxis could transform cities is by reshaping how people interact with urban spaces. With the ability to bypass traffic, people could potentially live farther from their workplace or key amenities without worrying about long commute times. This could lead to a more distributed population and less pressure on crowded urban centers. Additionally, flying taxis could offer new possibilities for air tourism, with sightseeing flights over cities and natural landscapes becoming a popular activity. Challenges to overcome. While the potential of flying taxis is exciting, there are still several significant challenges that need to be addressed before they can become a regular part of our daily lives. One of the biggest obstacles is regulatory approval. Airspace is heavily regulated, and integrating flying taxis into existing air traffic systems requires careful planning and coordination with local, national, and international authorities. Governments and aviation regulators must ensure that flying taxis can operate safely alongside other aircraft, such as commercial airliners and helicopters. Safety is another major concern. Although autonomous flying taxis are designed to reduce the risk of human error, the technology is still in its early stages, and ensuring that these aircraft can safely navigate through crowded urban environments is crucial. Moreover, the reliability of the electric propulsion systems and batteries must be thoroughly tested to prevent accidents caused by technical failures. Ensuring that flying taxis have backup systems in place and can safely handle emergencies is essential for public confidence. Infrastructure is also a key challenge. For flying taxis to operate efficiently, cities will need to build specialized takeoff and landing zones, often called vertiports. These vertiports will need to be strategically placed in urban areas, close to major transportation hubs and high-density neighborhoods. Additionally, air traffic management systems must be adapted to accommodate a large number of flying taxis, which will require significant investment in new technology and systems to ensure safe and efficient operations. Public perception and accessibility. Public perception is another hurdle to widespread adoption. While the idea of flying taxis is exciting, many people may be skeptical about their safety, reliability, and affordability. The technology behind flying taxis is still evolving, and it may take time before the public fully trusts autonomous aircraft. Additionally, there are concerns about the accessibility of flying taxis. In the early stages, these services may be expensive and limited to wealthy individuals or those living in specific areas. For flying taxis to become a mainstream transportation option, they will need to be affordable and accessible to a broad range of people. The environmental impact of flying taxis. While flying taxis are often touted as a greener alternative to traditional transportation, their environmental impact is still a topic of debate. While they would reduce emissions from ground-based vehicles, the production and operation of electric flying taxis requires significant energy, and the environmental impact of battery production and disposal must also be considered. However, as electric vehicle technology improves and renewable energy sources become more widespread, the overall environmental footprint of flying taxis is expected to decrease. The future of flying taxis. What to expect in 2025? By 2025, we may see the first commercial flying taxi services operating in select cities around the world. Initial deployments will likely focus on short trips, such as airport transfers, between major hubs, or as part of a larger multimodal transportation network. As the technology matures and regulatory frameworks are developed, flying taxis could become a common sight in urban skies, offering an alternative to ground transportation and reshaping the way we live and work in cities. In the coming years, flying taxis will likely become more affordable, accessible, and reliable, offering a glimpse into the future of urban mobility. As companies, governments, and regulators work together to overcome the technical, safety, and infrastructure challenges, flying taxis may soon be soaring above our streets, transforming the way we move through our cities.